but crucially, the DNA evidence was safe.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing?
The forensic science was advancing
For dinner today, I got chili cheese dogs and honey barbecue potato chips.
In 2019, the Lancaster County District Attorney's Office
and some Kool-Aid.
Cold case unit and released two Beckley's files at the top of the file. They reached out to a Virginia-based genetics company, Parabon Nanolab, to apply cutting-edge DNA analysis to the old evidence. Parabon's forensic experts first used DNA phenotyping to generate composite images of what Lindy's attacker might have looked like. From the crime scene DNA, they predicted the suspect's physical characteristics, then created two sketches, one reflecting a man about 25 years and another of a man around 65. The phenotyping suggested a light-skinned white male with hazel eyes and dark hair. These composite sketches were released to the public in 2019, briefly reigniting interest in the case. But while the images put a hypothetical face to the perpetrator, they still didn't provide a name. For that, investigators would need to dig deeper into the suspect's lineage. By late 2020, the team enlisted a renowned genetic genealogist, C.C. Moore, working with Parabon to build the perpetrator's family tree. From the strands of family connections, Moore painstakingly constructed ancestral lines, zeroing in on one family in particular. The DNA pointed to roots in a small town in southern Italy, and this clue proved pivotal. In fact, Moore's research suggested that whoever attacked Lindy Sue Beckler had ancestors from Gasparina, Italy, an unusual detail that dramatically narrowed the field of suspects. Cross-referencing this specific Italian heritage with local records, Moore and her team identified a single name that fit all the data points. This was David Sinopoli, a man of Italian descent who had lived in Lancaster at the time.
Well, long time no see, y'all. I haven't done a video in a minute. It's my first video in a long time.
He had lived in the very same 4-unit apartment building as Lindy Sue Beckler. In fact, he was a neighbor of Lindy's in 1974, a year before the slaying, but had since moved out. He had no obvious connection to Lindy on record beyond being a former neighbor, and no serious criminal history. But now,
I'm going to do another video tomorrow. I'll post that one too.
Investigators knew they needed direct evidence to conclusively tie him to the crime, namely, a fresh sample of his DNA to compare with the crime scene profile. In February 2022, a surveillance team quietly tailed David Sinopoli as he traveled through Philadelphia International Airport. They watched as he sat in a terminal coffee shop with his wife, casually chatting before a flight, and noted when he finished his coffee and tossed the cup into a trash bin. The moment Sinopoli walked away, investigators swooped in and retrieved the discarded cup. At long last, they had it, a covert sample of Sinopoli's DNA. Back in the lab,
these chili cheese dogs and chips is hitting the spot.
Against the old biological sample from Lindy's body, and it was a direct match. In fact, the probability of the DNA belonging to anyone other than Sinopoli was astronomically low, on the order of 1 in 10 trillion. On July 17, 2022, police moved in and arrested David Sinopoli at his Lancaster home. The 68-year-old was taken into custody without incident, ending one of Pennsylvania's oldest cold cases. News of the arrest sent shockwaves through the community. Sinopoli had been an unremarkable presence in Lancaster for years. He was a well-liked married father who worked at a printing company and indulged a passion for hunting and trips to see Italy. Few could have imagined that this ordinary-seeming neighbor was harboring such a dark secret. After his arrest, prosecutors noted that a motive for Lindy's slaying remained unclear and likely lost to time.
All right.
With DNA evidence as the
I'll come back when that's
undeniable
all dried up
the
in a
legal
couple of
case
days.
against
All right.
Sinopoli was
All right.
withdrawn.
Okay,
You're sitting
thank
in a
you.
hurry, I'll let you know for sure, but it's gotta dry up. All right.
All right, thank
You
you.
got it.
In October 2023, nearly 48 years after Lindy Sue Beckler was slain, a 69-year-old Sinopoli stood in a Lancaster County courtroom and admitted to the offense. He was sentenced to 25 to 50 years in prison, which, given his age, is effectively a life sentence. In the courtroom, Lindy's family confronted the perpetrator at last, displaying a photo of Lindy and speaking of the lifetime of pain he caused. Though Sinopoli offered a feeble apology, the judge bluntly noted
Well,
that he
y'all,
was only because he was
I'm gonna finish eating. Y'all all have a happy Monday.
Garden's never-ending pasta bowl. So first round, get your go-to. Second, have a cheese havoc.
And God bless everybody.